Hello, greetings and welcome. My name is Harriet Citadel, avian alien sentinel VTuber, perpetrator of creative chaos and general maker of things. Welcome everyone on this fine day. I hope that you are looking forward to the weekend and that we will have a productive session. I have the Chaos Cat on my lap right now because he decided that he's going to take charge of that particular patch of currently very fluffy jacket for the moment. So if he vocalizes, I'm sorry, I can do nothing about it. He will probably complain and say, no, I'm going somewhere else now, somewhere in the run of the stream. But I will make sure that he does not get in the way, so we shall continue as per normal. So today we are going to be working on a stinger animation for Ashyshlashii. And we'd initially wanted to start this earlier this week, but we just needed to sort out something with the storyboard. So we started a little bit later in the week than what I had thought. And so let us get right into the thing. So it would help if I actually expanded that and went to the start and hid that for a second. Zany, hello, welcome in. Hope you're doing okay. So I have just barely started roughing things in. And this is the plan for what we're going to be animating today, or starting to animate today. This is going to be our stinger animation. The red bit is what I did yesterday, in between all of the other chaos that happened yesterday. So yes, that is our plan. That is what we're going to be working on. And hopefully it all works out well. So I'm pretty happy with the timing, at least in this section. So things will hopefully go smoothly into the next one. We'll see how things pan out. I'm doing all right, slightly annoyed, but fine. And waiting for a phone call. Ooh, yeah, that's... Waiting is a really sucky place to be. So I hope that they phone soon and get it over with, and that the contents of the phone call go well. How am I doing? I am doing okay. I am in a state of neutral okayness. I'm in a state of neutral okayness. Earlier this morning I was working on my 3D model a little bit, because I discovered yesterday that nothing I had was going to be viable. So I had to come up with another solution, and it turns out that I'm basically going to have to start from scratch almost, and that sucks. So, I really just want to be done with it now. I really just want to be done with it now. If I could afford to get someone else to make it, I would. Honestly. If I could afford it, I really would. Just someone else just take this off of my hands, because I'm willing to throw a table right now. I'm not annoyed by the contents of the call, but rather something that happened earlier last night. Oh no. Shame. That sounds horrible. You have my condolences with whatever happened. That lingering annoyance is also less than pleasant. I hope that those issues resolve themselves soon. I hope they do. Annoyances in general suck. When you can't do anything about it, it's worse. As far as what I can tell anyway. So I hope that things resolve. Okay. Chaos, are you now trying to get to that bed, or are you just repositioning yourself because you're about to fall off my lap again? Oh, there you go. Off to somewhere else. Let's see. There you go. All right. Let's see how this is going to actually behave. It's a little bit too on the nose, so I'm going to have this one be an overshoot. Like that. There we go. And let's see if I bump this one across that way, how things behave. No, I don't like that at all. What I could do is dip it slightly. Ever so slightly. No. It looks jittery. I don't like that at all. Let's see. Why is this up? There is no reason for this to be up. Green is where we're going, blue is where we've been. Okay. So let's see. Let's add this arm in place now. I want to raise that hand. Like that. Something like that. And yeah. Kidding, eh? Hold up. What's going on here? Needs to be something like that. These are going to be a pair of sunglasses, so this angle now does not make sense. Something like that. Let me just pull this in this way a bit. There we go. Yeah. So I suppose I've been a little bit annoyed this day as well. Courtesy that madness with the model. I really just want to be at a point in time now where I've got it sorted, simply because it's now getting to the point where I'm struggling to actually do community building things because I don't have the assets for it. I don't have the time to sit wasting time illustrating myself, nor do I have the whatchamacallit, I'm not motivated to draw myself. I enjoy my design, but I really, for as long as I have remembered, really just not liked drawing me. Every time I do, I feel like I am doing a terrible job of it. So it's just bad. It's like I'm the one character I just, without fail, dislike drawing. And that makes it very difficult to do marketing things and community involvement things. So just getting this model done so that I can actually quickly just pose a thing if I need a graphic featuring myself would be really, really useful right now. Just going to pull this forward because it doesn't make sense for this to be all the way to the side. Something like that. Okay. There we go. There we go. Let's see. So I'm going to actually hold the 22, frame 22 for 4. and then go into frame 23, which is where we're going to start the flick. Just give the animation some breathing room. Okay. So then 23. Move you across one. Show you. And clean you guys out. And that's going to go up first and then forward. So that's the anticipation. Okay, grab that. There we go. And like that. There we go. And that puts us at it's skipping this one in the display. It's fine. Let's go and make a couple more of these. 2, 3. That should be enough. Call this one 24, 25, 26. There we go. 24. Now here what we're going to do is we're going to start adding a bit of foreshortening. So the wrist is going to come forward. Then here we're going to get the glasses from the front again. And move those across that way. 25. We're going to get Bit of a smear going on there. $26. We're gonna get the glasses flying. Index fingers gonna curl like that. Something like that. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's pause for a second and just change our playback settings. I want to go play all frames. It's a little bit slower, but we can at least now see everything that's going on. Yeah. That little hold was important. That hold was important. Okay. One of these days I'm going to be known as the person who animates people throwing things at screens. So the foreshortening in my storyboard was a little bit extreme. And I don't actually think it's particularly flattering. So let's try to get the same pose without such drastic foreshortening. This is going to be 27. Sai, hello, hello. Greetings and good morning, afternoon to my favorite person who animates people throwing things at screens. Hello, Sai. It's lovely to have you here. Oh, man. I'm doing all right. I am suffering a little bit of annoyance at my own stupidity, but otherwise I am doing okay. I am suffering the consequences of my own bad decisions and poor research. Not in the animation of people throwing things, but in other aspects. And also I'm suffering the stupidity of having done Quell after having moved 18 tons of food yesterday. So there's that little aside. But otherwise I'm okay. Otherwise, I'm okay. Let's see. This is then going to be a 0 over here. I'm actually gonna let that hold until there and hide this one. And let's see how that behaves. How is it behaving? I'm happy with the speed of that flick. I'm getting better at that. I'm getting better at that flick. Oh, man. Well, the arm movement is at least right. Now I just want to add a little bit of shrug to it, because there's no ways you move like that without something else in your body moving as well. So if I go and I flick, what happens? Other shoulder comes forward a little bit, the body rotates a little bit. Okay. Okay, so now we pull that change across to everywhere where it applies. Blue is where we've been, green is where we're going. The green is currently not in the right place, so we are working on the blue. Okay, and then this should be the last one of these that needs adjustment. I'll refine shapes later, but I just wanted to get that torso rotation in. Slight. And something is still weird in it. That's what's weird, it's the placement of this shoulder. Because that won't rotate without the other shoulder rotating as well. Almost there. Let's just see. Okay. Let's comb that again. That's better. That little bit of torso rotation adds quite a lot to the believability of that movement, because there's no ways that you move your arm that quickly without it affecting the rest of your body weight. And we move this across as well. Ever so slightly. Okay, there we go. There we go. That's the beginnings of that working out, so let's give that a play back and see how it's behaving. I'm always impressed by how animators can keep an accurate sense of time between different frames of the movement. I've messed around with doing a few stop motion animations and I tend to misjudge the speed of the movements sometimes. Yeah, it is something that takes a lot of planning. I'm doing it the way that would make a team despair, in the sense that I've not got a single timing sheet to be seen. So what I did initially was let me just show these again, was in my storyboard step, let me just hide that. I only placed my keyframes so that I'd get a sense of, okay, what is happening approximately when in the animation, just that I could get the feel for the overall time that I'd need to actually make the quote. From there, in a team scenario, usually the lead animator will draw in the keyframes, which would be things like on here, the keyframe would be would be this one. This would be a keyframe. That would be a keyframe. That would be a keyframe. And there are a couple in here in this little as well. I think that one and that one would be keyframes. And then once the lead animator has done that, then they will usually draw a timing chart, which will look something like between frame 1 and frame 2, how many frames need to go in between there to get the movement right. So if I'm looking at between this keyframe and this one, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 frames. So on my timing chart, which I can't remember which frame that was on, it would have where is that timing chart now? There. So that would then mean that I'd have to put 7 little steps in there, and I'd need to space those in such a way that whatever is happening makes sense. Now, that would not actually be all 7 of those frames. We'd only include what we call a breakdown, which would basically be, if that is one keyframe and that is the next, we'll only get the breakdown, which is the one right in the middle. So we'll see, okay, where is the next major pose in this entire thing? So we've got 1 on 5 and 1 on 7 as major breakdowns. So in that group, we would have, okay, 5 and 7. So we've got a jump, and a jump to the next most important pose. Then your junior animators go in and fill in the gaps. I guess that's the difference between drawn and stop motion. That helps or hurts. While stop motion shortcuts me to the animation, it also can't do storyboards since I'm not drawing anything. Yeah, that's the mistake, is that if you are doing any sort of animation, any sort of visual storytelling, it's always a good idea to do a storyboard. Everything from your comics to your cinema to your TV show to even a documentary, they storyboard it out, because that's where you plan your shots, that's where you plan how much time you're going to need on everything. Depending on the quality of your storyboard, your director will have a lot more to work with. If you've got little to no storyboard, the director has to come up with everything from scratch, and then communicating that with the rest of the team is almost impossible. So, even in terms of just remembering what your plan is if you're doing it on your own, your storyboards are really helpful. I'm just impatient. It's, yeah, the impatience is, I think, something that a lot of creatives have to fight, because we want to just get in and do everything straight ahead. But then we end up with roadblocks because we have not learned the process from the masters appropriately yet. So I think it's something that everyone makes that mistake at some point. I think as an animator, it is probably a canon event, is to say, hey, I'm not going to storyboard this. Let's just go straight ahead and see what happens. And yes, sure, sometimes it goes well, but it's always, when there is a process that is available to see and see, okay, why do they do this? There's usually fairly sound reasoning behind it. Like, with a lot of things, a fair percentage of them, the actual work lies in the preparation rather than the fun, move the thing around bit. But a good preparation leads to a good result. It's like a paint job on a vehicle. If the guy has not sanded the surface properly, no matter how good the guy in the spray booth is, the paint isn't gonna look good. preparation. Very important stuff. Okay. Pause. Let me hide these other ones again. I can now hide number 3 because that one we know holds still there. I'm actually going to do this Lindsay effect on the jump rather than actually make her move. I think. Just to make it especially fast. Especially considering that these are sunglasses, so her form is going to be obscured anyway. Now you've got me wanting to revisit stop motion again with planning this time. No, go make the thing! If you've got the things that you want to make move, plan the thing. Plan your shot. Make the thing. I want to see. I'm all for getting people to make cool stuff. That is kind of my favorite thing. Is if I can help you guys feel like you want to make cool stuff, then I feel like I've done my job a little bit. Okay. So now what I've got to do is I'm going to put all of these in a folder. Or am I being dumb? Now I'm going to make a new folder and I'm going to call this one Jacket Roughs. Animation, new animation folder, call this one Roughs Jacket. Okay. 0. Show 1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to do this one in another color. I'm going to do that in this color. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so we're going to start. 0 goes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. For a start, there we go. We're not going to see the jacket there. We're not going to see it there. We're not going to see it there. We're not going to see it there. We might start to see it here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So 1. And I'm going to move this one on top. No, I'm going to leave it below. I'm going to leave it below. Something like that. Then... No, I'm not happy with that. I'm not happy with that, actually. The split will take like that, approximately. In the coat, there we go. Now, armhole. Like that. Armhole, like that. Okay. Something like that. Something like that. Okay. Like that. And up again. Okay, and 8. 9. Okay, then here. There we go. Something like that. And 10. 'There we go. And let's put 0 on this one again, so that I can just see where we're at in terms of the pace of that physics. Onion skin off. Okay, I'm pretty happy with the weight of that jacket, actually. Or can it actually afford to be a little bit heavier? No, not if I play it at real speed. Hold on. Playback settings, play in real time. It's going to skip a couple of frames. Yeah, no, I can't remove a couple of those. That's the right pace. I can't remove any of those. Okay. Eleven, 12, 13, 14, 15. $11. Now the reason why I'm animating the jacket separately is because it is going to get thrown off later. So It's just easier to have it separated from the get-go. And 12. And 13. Like that. Thirteen is going to hold here. No, it's going to be one more. And I've actually got to do a whole bunch, so never mind what I just said. Okay. "15 holds. 16 doesn't. Okay, then if I check this here, right, that's working. Um, 18 is going to need a new one, as well as 19, 20, 21. are going to need to be new. Alright, almost there. Okay. And that should put us at the point where those two can line up. Almost. One more. And onion skin on. There we go. Save button is a good idea, and a hydrate is a good idea. Where's my water? Ow, 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 shoulders. Ow. The deltoids are killing me from yesterday. Ouch. Oof. I should probably move them more. Ow. Hydrate. Okay. So that should now put us at the point where those are all in place for that, yes. That's looking good so far. It's looking good so far. Okay. Happiness is. What's step number next? Is the jump. Now, I have two ways I can handle this. I can either animate the jacket first, or I do the glasses first and put their tumble in and only animate what is actually going to clip into what is visible. That is the question. What shall I do? Let's see which one is going to be the most reasonable. Which is going to be the most reasonable? I'll come back to this section. That's what's going to be the most reasonable. Oh, wait. There's hardly anything after that section. Okay, never mind that then. Because this is where the main bulk of the animation work is going to fly, is in that section, so. I might want to do like a 2-frame anticipation, maybe, before the jump. A 4-frame anticipation. Let's try that. 23, 24. Okay. And I'm going to clear this one. And now we're going to do the anticipation for the jump. So there, what we're going to do is we're going to just grab our head shape. Turn a little bit further this way. Straighten up just a little bit more. And drop the arm. Get rid of that because it's not awful. Let's just trace this quickly. Cool. And grab all of that and move it down ever so slightly. Wait a little bit more. There we go. Why? Because we are anticipating a movement here, so we don't want anything unnecessary. Okay. There we go. And 29. We're going to grab this again. Angle the head down. There we are. Okay. Then, let's see. How's that hold? Playback settings, play all frames. Slower, but relative time is more accurate. I'm going to add a third anticipation frame. To just go really and settle it before this jump. And that little shrug should tell you that something is happening to lead into the jump. So let's put our jacket on here again. So here we are on. This is now in the rough jacket, yes. So here we're going to do 23, 24, 25. There we go. There we go. Up here. All right. And with that, I should be able to go into phase number next. Save. May, hello, hello, welcome in. Lovely to see you. How are you doing? Yes, getting there, getting there, getting there, getting there. Okay. So now I have to do the glasses. Okay, so let's do that then. For these, what I want to do is I want to see, do I have in my 3D materials small object, fashion, and I in fact do not have a pair of sunglasses in my list. I should be able to get one very quickly though. Let me see if I can quickly grab a pair of sunglasses off the asset store. Let me quickly grab some sunglasses. I have 6,000 clippy that I need to use. Because otherwise some of it is going to go away at the end of this month. So, let's go. Asset store. And let's go 3D tab. Let's go sunglasses. And I just want to check in her references there was a picture. Almost got good idea of okay, I've got an idea now of what I'm looking for. Let's see, is this gonna be the right thing for the job? Just looking for something that's got approximately the right shape. Almost, but not quite. Almost. Is that it? Is that going to be the one? How much elevation has that got? Not quite. No, just a little bit more. Right in a very specific spot. Come on, come on, come on. Should be able to find something, surely. The closest thing I can find is gonna be... It's gonna be you. You're the closest thing to the job that I can find. Yeah, I'm gonna borrow you. Get with Clippy. Okay. Minimize that. Okay. Almost there. %, 88%. Sorted. Okay. Cool. Now I can drop you in there. And from here, I can put you over here. So this is the pair of glasses that I picked up from the asset store, which we are going to turn into our sunglasses. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to make sure that it does not cast a ground shadow. Okay, so that's those. And right, so let's put this into usable hose. There we go. And we're going to zoom in quite far. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take this and put this inside an animation folder. Call this one Sunglass Fall. Duplicate that, drop that in there, hide the one that's outside. Okay. And this one, what we're going to do is we're going to go edit track, enable keyframes on this layer. And we're going to start over undo. Nope, that's not gonna fly. That's not gonna fly. Hold up. Are you telling me I need to rasterize this? Then I'm going to make sure that it's bigger first before I do. Okay, show as much of it as possible. Okay. Rasterize. Drop that in there. Okay. Now, yeah, delete the ruler. Now, how am I going to add the keyframe? I'm going to first go playback settings. No, edit track. Disable. It would help if that was on from the get-go, wouldn't it? There we go. Now I can just keep that safely tucked away up there for now. I can go edit track, enable keyframes, add a keyframe here, and a keyframe there. Let's go to this one. Add a keyframe here. Okay, add keyframe. And pull that down like that. And angle like that. And like that. Let's see. It's a bit slow. Let's go keyframes on linear. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna go to this keyframe and go delete this particular keyframe. Okay, that works, that works, that works, that works, that works. Yay! Little victories. Okay. That works. Let's just see again. I feel like here it could be edit disable keyframes. I just want to pull that this way a little bit more. Edit enable keyframes. No, undo. Not quite so much. Undo, undo. Yeah, that's better. It was better the first time around. Yeah. Save button. Okay. How are we doing? Almost 2 hours. Almost 2 hours. Oof. Enough. Enough, enough, enough. Ow. Okay, so then... what have we got here? Space for some more stuff. So let's move this across like that. 26. And that is then going to be very suddenly left, open. Okay, and hide our sunglasses there for a second. Okay, and then here, that's going to be more open. And more up the very next second. $28. Like that. $29. All right. like that. Great. And 30. This is going to hold station. Those are going to keep going up a little. And at some point in here, they actually get grabbed. It actually gets grabbed, so I need to... I'm actually going to take the keyframes here and move them along a little bit, because I want it to actually jump out of the jacket before the glass is full. So here we're going to go 31, 32, 33. Okay, so let's go back and test. Okay, hold up. Before I do anything else, I need a crop mask. Let's call this one crop mask. Okay. And print screen. Grab you. Paste you. Grab that. Fill. And fill. And duplicate. And rotate. Okay. Merge down. Grab that. And fill. Clear that. Okay, so now that we've got our crop mask, we should be able to see only what we will actually be able to see. Okay, so our glasses are still a little bit slow. Okay, that works in terms of this falling speed of the glasses. What I am going to do though is I'm going to just go here and I'm going to go edit track, disable keyframes. I'm just going to come over here and I'm going to just edit, transform, flip vertical. Okay. Edit track, enable keyframes. Let's see that with the glasses the other way around. Yeah, that's better. Okay, we're getting there, we're getting there. Now what we can do is we can come over here. Knowing that this is the one where 32 is the one where it gets grabbed. We're specifically trying to let this fall only a little bit. Before it gets grabbed. Hide our crop mask before it confuses us. Okay. I'm actually going to do 32 and 33 like that, because then I can do Move this down a little. Move this down a little. Okay, then up here we're going to go $34. And show the glasses again. Oh no, that looks so wrong. Okay. Almost. Scale up. I'm specifically not making her body visible here. But what I am going to do is I'm going to just move these out for a second. Put 34. Transfer down to 35. Move you guys over one frame. So that over here something like that. Okay. And from here, this is going to be a 0 again. But on this side, we're going to have a significant pull. So let's just get the idea down of what would typically happen here. And have I got a 34 yet? No, not yet. Wait. Am I being dumb? Am I being dumb? Yes, I am being dumb. Doesn't get pulled up. It gets pulled forward. Okay. Almost got it. Almost got this, almost got this, almost got this. Okay, let's hide this. Go back there, show our crop mask. Onion skin off. And let's see what it looks like. Okay. It looks kind of almost a little lazy in the front, and then all of a sudden it speeds up to assassin speed, and that's actually not bad. I like that. It makes the jump a bit more surprising. Like, everyone expects the glasses to be the swipe away. They don't expect the person to actually jump out of shot. So I think that's kind of fun. Okay, I am going to pause there, hit the save button, and export a progress GIF for our client. Export animated GIF. Work in progress 2. Save. Okay. Okay. Let's go. And it is over here. Work in progress 2. Grab it. Okay, let's go. Finished the first rough pass. Please let me know if you spot anything you would like me to adjust. Send. Yeah, chaos. Hello. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. I am pretty happy with that. We managed to get quite a ways through, actually. So now I will be able to get feedback from the client to see if there's anything that bugs her so far. Personally, I think I'm going to wait before I do anything more until I've got any feedback from the client. Yeah, chaos. Hello, Mel. Because if there are any questions, I want to be able to adjust those, especially while it's in the early stages. Timing wise, I'm scared of making that hold before the glasses fall any longer, because otherwise it makes it feel almost like gravity doesn't work, I think. But I'm pretty happy so far. I'm pretty happy with how it's coming together. I mean, that looks a bit dynamic, I think. So I'm a happy camper. And yeah, short day today. Let's see. Tomorrow I had scheduled doing a little bit of gameplay for a change of pace. Although we will see between now and tomorrow if I'm going to actually take a break or if I'm going to bash my head against the brick wall that is my model. Because that is something that desperately needs all of the work, with an amount of urgency that is in the pits of my soul. Because I want to be able to actually participate in things, and it's just such a slog trying to come up with an illustration of myself that is not looking horrendous in every way possible. So it just feels so lifeless, you know? But who knows, we'll see. I don't know if the problem is actually with my design or if it's just with me. And being aware of the fact that I'm drawing myself. And actually just being sick of attempting to draw the character and failing a million times. Because it's an age-old problem from years ago. That every time I try to do self-illustration, it just goes so horribly, horribly, horribly wrong. So, yeah. Maybe it's just a me thing. Maybe it's just a me thing. I'll do the design work, but after that I'm really not interested in drawing myself. Oh man, it's hilarious. But anyway, yeah, I'll probably work on the model until I get feedback from the client, and then I will take tomorrow as it comes. If we do anything, it will be after 3:30 in my time zone, so 1:30 UTC in the afternoon. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how things pan out. I am probably actually going to take the evening if I don't work on the model. I can't decide. Part of me says you desperately need to do the thing. The other part of me has got desperately no energy for it. So, I'll see what happens. Maybe I'll do some Japanese study instead this evening. We'll see. Because that's also something that needs to happen in between 1,003 other things, is that I'm just learning languages. So yeah, fun times, fun times. But I'm pretty happy with the progress that we made. So We'll see how long it takes for me to hear back from the client. But yeah, I'm happy with the progress. I am happy. If there's anything that needs changing in these early stages, now's as good as time as any to hear about it, but I'm pretty happy. It's looking smooth. I'm happy with the jump out of the jacket being sufficiently special effectsy. The fact that you don't see the body in the frames where the hand is reaching to catch the jacket is not an issue for me, because one, it's only for like 2 frames, and 2, you kind of want to get the sense that she's disappeared, and the glasses almost let you know that, oh, she's actually still there. I don't know if it's applicable lore-wise, but it certainly looks cool. They are going to be dark glasses, not clear ones though, so anything that we do see through them is going to be entirely in silhouette, which is also going to be an interesting exercise. So yeah, happiness is. I think I am going to go and take a nice warm shower and see if that doesn't help ease the pain in my shoulders. Because yesterday's double dose of moving all of that food and then quell was enough to put my deltoids into hyper stress mode. Biceps are fine. Deltoids are not. Interesting. So, we shall see. I think the 4 hours of sleep has just caught up with me too, so there's also that. So, thank you guys for joining me today. Lurkers, I appreciate you. VOD Squad, I appreciate you too. You guys are MVPs. As always, you can find my commission information in the top left corner of my screen. If you like what you have seen today, please do consider dropping a commission my way. I am going to be looking for samples for a 12 frame per second animation instead of this, which is the 30 frame per second. So it's going to be a cheaper form of animation, a bit more stylized, a bit snappier, a bit more obviously cartoonish. So I have got, I think, the listing in waitlist at the moment. So as soon as this one is done, that one will be opening up for 12 frame per second stinger animations as well. I think that will lend itself more to more special effects heavy sort of stuff, but we'll see what happens. It ought to be a fairly different sort of animation, so I'm looking forward to trying that. And yeah, fun times ahead. Folks, I am out of battery. I am going to love and leave you. I shall see you tomorrow, regardless of what we actually end up doing. I will let you know tomorrow morning when I post the waiting room for tomorrow's stream, if we're actually going to be doing gaming like scheduled, or if I'm going to bash my head against the brick wall that is my 3D model. So, yes. Jigazville, hello, welcome in. Harrier, how are you doing? I am tired. I am tired. I have had poor sleep, and I bashed my head against the brick wall of my 3D model yesterday, only to realize that behind the brick was 6 feet of concrete. Because I discovered that everything that I had done so far was ridiculously too high poly, and my machine was never going to actually be able to run the model. So I am in poor spirits about that because I'm desperately in a hurry to get that model actually done. So I need to figure out a way of keeping it low poly and getting it to look good. In such a way that I will actually be able to run it on my machine. And yes, the general sentiment is if I could afford to get someone else to do it, I absolutely would, because I am so done. I am so done with fighting that fight. I've been fighting this model since June, and it's just been... it's been pain. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Yeah, brain is busy falling apart on me. My brick wall has been struck for this day. So yes, I'm sorry that it was a shorter stream today. Just needed to get to the point where I could send the full rough pass through to the client for comments. And that is now the case. The message has been sent. So the next time I work on this, I will start working on detailing and hair physics and all of those lovely things. So I should probably do the hair physics before I dive into the detailing, the hair physics and the facial expressions. Yeah, that's going to be the order of operations. There is hair physics and then expressions. Am I actually going to do it that way, or am I going to just do the expressions on their own folder? I'm going to do the expressions in their own folder on top, just leave it like that. The more levels of this that I can splice into the same part, the better at this point. Okay. Yeah. The less I have to redo things, the better. I am kind of up to my ears in redoing things right now. So, yes, fun times. Alright, folks, I am out of things that are positive things to ramble about, so I am going to see you all on the morrow. Rest well when you get to it, and until next time, cheery bye.